Alright, so up next is the corn. So let's get that all sorted out, shall we? Unfold the harvester. I've already disabled the swath, and let's start. And I reckon I have actually gone with the perfect harvester as well. Size of this field and of course the harvester. I expect this to actually give me a small amount of corn. I'm not expecting tons from it. Of course it is yielding nicely because the actual area was fertilized, mulched, limed. So of course I expect a good yield, but I'm not expecting a ton. So I might be just filling up the small trailer for what I need for the productions and possibly nothing to actually sell. I don't mind because, as I was saying, I've got near enough 6 mil, and you know what, I'll actually put this out now and I'll keep it in the video. Some of my rants actually do get cut because it's ranting, but this is fact, and I am actually asking a question at the same time. Right, you ready? Because there's going to be controversy here. As you can tell, I have not cheated at all in this series. I never do cheat because it just ruins the fun, the nostalgia, the effort, the payoff, basically. Because I put all this hard work in, I'm feeling better because I'm actually getting a good outcome. And I'm only feeling that because I've put the effort in. I've fertilised, limed, ploughed, done all what I can do to actually help out the yield. I've strategically gone into generators, greenhouses, done a bit of pickup. Of course I have done super strength as well, but I've actually turned around and said that will be actually be limited or non-existent from now on, because with me doing certain things on the HideOut farm, I'm actually finding a bit of like proudness in what I'm doing. I'm like, wow, I've actually stacked that. Normally I'm rubbish at doing this, so I just don't do it. So I'm actually doing more. So it's given me that proudness. So that's that bit done, fine. I've explained that, of course, not cheated, and really, you don't prosper from cheating. And the fact that I've done things and now it's going to change for the better. Let's get on to how much I've got in the bank. That is 100% me putting the time, the effort, and how many episodes it is. That's how I've done. I haven't done harvesting off camera at all. I won't even dare do that. I've shown mostly everything, and when I say I've shown mostly everything, I would like to get on here do stuff, show it. So I'm not going to show the whole entire harvest of something. I'm not going to show the whole fertilization stage. You've already seen a little bit of it. I might cut stuff out. But this is all me. And I watch other people, of course. I'm a content creator, but at the same time, I like watching other content creators. And they talk like you can't make a lot of money. So they always say stuff like, oh, we're only sticking with the small equipment and possibly going into medium equipment because I won't be able to afford it in this series. Or then they turn around and say, oh, I'm not going to do this because it's too much. It'll give me too much, as in profit. And I'm like, if it's in the game, either it being a mod or Giants themselves putting this into the game, use it to its fullest. If it doesn't break the game, then fair dues, use it. But certain things will give you high profits, but it won't break the game because it's not straight away or instant. One skip and that's it, got 1 million thanks to this one production. If it's giving you it a bit at a time, then yeah, sure, I don't see a problem in actually going ahead and doing that. Right, I do need, yeah, the small trailer first. There we go. And I hope this rant isn't too much for people. I'm just actually putting across my opinion and the fact that the evidence is right there in the top right of the screen. I'm in the second year and I'm on the second harvest. So I've only done 2 harvests. Fine. For the storyline, I've brought in buildings which were too expensive, but I've paid a right to use them. And that is what happens in real life as well. I'm not doing things what doesn't happen at all. You can use a production, but you have to pay a certain amount to use that production. But yet, by the end of it, you're going to gain from it. And of course, with paying, the other person who is hiring out whatever is profiting as well. Just as a curiosity, I actually leased out the biggest harvester, which I have used in previous episodes. Mainly the actual CALMSDEN takeover episodes. I just wanted to actually see what it's like, really. So I'm going to do one. I'm cold. I have. There we go. So let's look at disabling you. There we go. I am, of course, going to do one recording, but it might actually come out as 2 parts or probably 3-part video, but it's just going to be one recording. So if you don't hear an outro, I do apologize, and that is how I'm actually going to go forward, because of course I would like to actually get this sorted and get it done. I really want to get onto Court Farm. I'm just that excited. So I'm going to carry on with this harvest. It is definitely going quicker because I do believe this is a 15-meter width header, and the other one was 8 or 10. And you can tell the difference of how quick and how better this is actually picking up this field. I thought because it was a small field I'll be alright, but realistically it's taken a bit too long. And yeah, definitely go for a bigger header if possible. Of course, saying that, I'm actually turning around saying at the same time, spend more, because exactly that. You might be on a budget, so you might not have a chance to use equipment like this, so you'll use equipment like that and just deal with it. But I'm actually worried about how long I'm actually been recording for and how many videos this might accumulate to. And I don't fancy doing too much of time skips, time lapses, montages and all that, because that can get a bit of an eyesore now and then. So there we go, that is now done. It's just amazing how quick that was, to be honest. That is just unreal, really is. So next up is sunflower and soybeans. Let's go ahead, turn you off, get the pipe out, run over and get into you, pipe in, and just move you out of the way. Okay, the corn harvest is now complete. Time to actually sell the remaining corn. And then just 3 more fields. And that's it. CALMSDEN will be done for. Great map. Really have enjoyed it. Okay, so let's start with the soybeans. Blimey, this has taken some time, but I'm actually finally here. The corn harvest is complete. The sugar beet harvest is complete. Oh yeah, I need to disable swath. There we go. And off I go. Hopefully this shouldn't actually take that long. I think the longest harvest for this bit of the actual recording, I don't know which episode it is. I've probably lost count on them all. I've actually sold near enough everything as well, straight off the field. Some things have gone to the productions And some other productions have now gone to selling because they don't actually need to give me the finished product anymore because I don't need them, and they've got a lot of produce within them, so I'm just going to skip after the harvest, allow them to actually do their thing, use up all their produces and sell all their products. And of course, that will go towards the finished tally. And I don't know which video it was, but I was talking about me not cheating everything else. The only reason why I actually brought that up, no one's actually accused me of it in the comments. So no one's actually done that. I would like to actually make that known. It's mainly just clarity, really, just for my sake, because I am finishing off this series with, after everything's said and done, it's going to be over 6 million. I'm like, if you put the effort into it, you'll achieve quite a lot, and that goes for real life as well. Once you've accomplished something, you just get that proud feeling because you've accomplished something what was hard or needed a lot of your time, and the fact that you're gaining something out of it, it's just an added bonus. And I have put the work and effort into this series. All my series, all my videos on all my channels, I put 100% into it. It might sound some days that I'm not. I'm not saying I haven't. I'm just saying that I have, and it's probably because I'm tired, I'm actually needing rest, but I still do a video and put my fullest into it. So that is unfilling there. Don't want to go ahead and stop. I just want to get this train going. Of course, we have got the harvester here as well, ready for the sunflowers. I was cheeky and drove through this crop behind me. Can't remember what it was. Is it soybeans again? Yes, it is. There we go. And start. Thank you. There we go. Now it is time for the sunflowers to actually be harvested. And I don't, but yes I do. I need one small trailer for one production of sunflowers, and that's it. The rest can be sold. As you can actually see over there, everything is just cramped. To be honest, I've just jam-packed everything. And yes, that is going to be one of the major rule changes. At the moment, I have got crop destruction turned off. CALMSDEN was kind of a series that just allows me to do whatever, to get the feel of things, get into the flow. So I was allowed to use super strength quite a lot, drive through fields, because it's quicker to actually drive through the fields than it is to drive on the road like a normal person. The big major rule was teleporting. Of course, I have been teleporting through this takeover, which I said was allowed. But when we get to Court Farm, crop destruction will be turned on, guaranteed, so I won't be driving through the crops. The Valley, the old farm, crop destruction is turned on as well. Teleporting might be on or off. I haven't actually got to that yet. Buildstones will be off. Plowing on. Liming on. Weeding off. I do believe I will be doing precision farming. And another mod to actually go beside the precision farming to actually make it kind of realistic, but at the same time better. It allows me to do more things. And I hope that actually comes across as me enjoying it and not going, oh goodness me, there is just way too much to do, so I'm going to moan about it. Yes, I have done that on this series, because I've done that to myself. Look at that. Field 25. I didn't have to buy that, or lease it, or harvest it, or do anything to it. I chose to do that. The wheat field up at the top here, Field 23. I didn't have to combine it with the grass strip up here. I didn't have to go ahead and get rid of the trees so I can do that. I chose to do that. So I've only got me to blame. But I'm happy that I've done it. Done something big, unusual, something out of ordinary, because a lot of times people actually do stick with smaller fields because it's easier to do, easier to handle. It's quicker to actually maintain, quicker to do everything on it. So they're not actually taking up much time so they can do more things. Whereas I decided to go the full hog and make a hog of it. Goodness me. But you know what? I've enjoyed it. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Normally, when something actually comes to an end, I kind of go, it's ending. That's it. What's next? Which map is next? What am I going to actually do? What equipment am I going to use? What are the rules going to be? And that's it. But yeah, funny enough, for this series, I haven't done that. Even though it is Court Farm next. Actually, you know what? I'm going to back you up and take you over here. I have been thinking in my head, oh, what can I actually be doing for the next year? And I'm like, no, I'm leaving Calmsden. I'm going to Court Farm, but I'm like, I don't want to go. I would like to actually stay here and spend another year. I want to spend all that money and buy all the land on Calmsden, and that is the way I finish the series, is by owning everything and going on from there. But no, this is the last harvest. This is my last ever recording because I haven't stopped recording. It's one continuous recording. This is. That is why I mentioned about the fact that I don't know which video this is because it's a very long recording. So it's going to be multiple videos. So one recording will be cut up into about probably 3 videos. That's me guessing. Right, I bet you're wondering, why am I still driving this behemoth and the small one's still there? Well, as you can actually see, the owner of this house actually helped me drop off this header. So I thought, you know what, I may as well use it. I actually like this harvest. It's fantastic. I don't think I will be able to actually use a harvester like this again. Not because I probably won't be able to afford it. It's mainly because the fact that the size of the fields and the farm land itself. I've already driven this vehicle around, and yes, it is extremely hard to actually drive around CALMSDEN. So I'm going to take that into account, and I'm thinking of the vehicles that I can be using, or shall I say that I am going to be using, because I've already hopefully got some of the starting equipment already in mind. Not all of it though, just some of the starting equipment. Of course, I've already mentioned, if I don't spend all of the money that I actually take over, I'll actually get rid of them. I'm not going to keep it all, because over 6 million, you would be buying the biggest pieces of equipment, the best equipment ever, and I'm not struggling at all. So it's not really that great for a series, starting off with the best of the best. So I'm going to take the money over, spend it of course on what I need to actually have a good start, and then go from there. I might be buying every single piece of equipment that I would need through the entire series, but it won't be the best. It'll be the beginner equipment of that selection, shall we say. Like, say for baler, for instance, I'm not going to buy the best baler outlet. It's going to be a starter baler. So it's going to be a small baler, going to be probably cheapest or round about there. So if we actually look in the balers at the moment, I'll be buying something like around here mark, I would say. Probably push it to something here, so about 60,000 or less. I'm not going to go straight to the back end of the list and go, oh, you know what, because I can afford it and I can buy it straight away. Let's get something like this. That, to me, is end series. And I would like to make a long series on Court Farm. So all this stuff will be, like I said, near the end or middle of the series. And then it'll probably be at a push, something like this, because I haven't used a baler like this yet. It's different, fine, it's a wrapper, and I have used the bale wrapper before, but it's different in what it is. So I have to just explain that So people won't be going, oh, it's going to be boring. No, it's going to be, hopefully, actually, you know what? Every single video I do, I achieve to be better than the last. Or the same. If that makes any sense. But yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be a fantastic... Actually, no. Let me stop there. It is a fantastic map. I've been watching a few people on Court Farm and I'm like, oh my goodness me. Can I please just jump into the screen and be there in real life? That's how good the map is. I'm not saying this map is bad. This is a fantastic map. I've enjoyed being on this map. I want to stay on this map and continue this series on, to be honest. That's how I feel. But I know this series, of course, has to end. Me being on this map has to end. And I'm just happy that it's going to be Court Farm afterwards. Can't wait for it, and I hope you lot can't wait for me going on to Court Farm. I have actually been thinking I'm going to have probably at least a week's rest. So when you actually see the last video, I'm going to state that it's the last video of this series. Expect a week's gap for me to actually get on to Court Farm. I will be doing the Valley of the Old Farm plus Silver Run, but Silver Run's going to be more episodes because I think I'm actually near the end of Silver Run. The boat, my first ever boat, is ready to launch at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It has just been fantastic. The roller coaster, it's got everything that it needs to actually complete the stage lights on now. And all the products what I got left over, I do believe that can't be full. Why did you stop then? I do believe is going to be enough for the next stage. So I'm maybe about 2 or 3 stages away from completing the actual roller coaster. So that's brilliant in itself. So I've got soybeans in here. So I may sure fill up the trailers and go and sell them, and then it's the productions. Right. That's it. That's just... wow. That's kind of home. Yep, that's it. Done. That's the last ever harvest to be done on this wonderful, beautiful map. I'm going to be traveling up to the sell point, and then I will be focusing on the productions. I won't be talking, so I'm going to say the outro now. I'll just show the end clips. Why aren't you moving? I did do follow me, didn't I? So I'm going to say the outro, and actually, you know what? Here we go. It is time to actually sell the last ever crops that I'm actually going to sell. Follow me is now working. I had to just quickly go out and sort that. Right, that was quick and easy, to be honest. Not bad. I probably haven't actually peeked to that 6 mil because I've been leasing a few things out, and that does take a bit of your money. So let's go and sell soybeans, and there we go. That is actually a good amount as well. So now what I have to actually do, go ahead, sort out settings, go through all the vehicles quickly like that. Mad and insane, but I just need them to get reset. So let's go ahead and return everything. So I do believe I need to skip, make sure that all the productions get sorted out. There we go. I need to be up here just to check on everything. That's bad of me. I haven't actually done an outro. This is, of course, the end of the episode, and yes, indeed, the end of the series. Thank you very much for all the views, all the likes, and of course, I don't mind you sharing out my content at all. More traffic through here. Obviously, the channel not through here, because this will be gone. Anyhow, off that. Well, of course, as any other content creator would hope to achieve, and that is to bring a smile to people's faces and allow them to relax, take the mickey off us, of course, because we do the silliest things ever. It's like, oh, why is he doing it that? But you know what? I appreciate you all. And you'll see me in the next one. The next clips will be the actual selling of all the products and the actual amount of money that we're taking over to Court Farm. So, for this bit of the video, bye from me. You actually thought you wouldn't hear from me? Well, of course. I have actually skipped ahead. And now is the time for me to actually finally sort out these productions. I actually don't know what's happening with this. Oh, here we go. They're spawning in now. There we go. So I am now going ahead and selling everything. I actually wanted to do this on camera because this is what I've been striving to do for multiple series. This is, of course, the actual packing facility mod, and yes, I have been trying to actually do this on a couple series. This one, as well as my first ever series. I can't pronounce the actual name, but yeah, this is it really. So let's go ahead and get this locked onto this trailer and then sold, and then that will be the final amount for this series. There we go, the last pallet. So let's detach from you and take this to actually sell, and then it will be finally over. So how the packing facility actually works is that you, of course, send certain products within a certain category. You have got foods, objects, and liquids. Of course, the foods are actually across here. You have to supply the production, these to get this, and then same with the objects, and then the liquids, and then all of these put together creates this final product. And that is basically what the packing facility is all about. And this is a first for me. I've never made one of these boxes at all. Is not accepted here. Well, you're taking it. And there you go. Excuse me? 4 million just with that lot. Oh, what? There we go. This is, of course, the end of the episode, end of this series. Thank you very much for watching. I end this series with 10 million. So I'll see you at Court Farm, and you'll see me at Court Farm. Bye!